friends, this is Lisa from Live and Let Stamp, and this is the 6th project in my July 2026 signature card class that utilizes the Stitched Stocking bundle from Stampin' Up. And this project is a sticky note holder. So you just untie the bow and opens like a book, and inside are sticky notes that are glued down. This one isn't. I'll explain why in a little bit. But this is a great little gift. Anyone, who doesn't use sticky notes would love to receive this, but especially a teacher. And I'm a former teacher, I'm a retired teacher, and I would have absolutely loved to get one of these because I could go through some sticky notes. So let's go ahead and start making one of these. So I'm using basic white cardstock that is 6 7/8 inches long. So I'm gonna open up my cutter. I'm gonna swing the arm out there. So 6 7/8, which this one already is, by 3 1/4. And then we're gonna turn that and score at 3 1/4. And 3 5/8. And this is what makes our project. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give that a little fold right on those score marks. And that's how it opens and closes. Next, I need a square of the Stitch Season Candy Canes DSP, and this is 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 square. And those are the pieces that we need to cut in advance. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and die cut this green square, and we're going to use garden green for that. And I'm using the Stylish Shapes dies. This square is about, I believe it's about 2 1/8 inches square. And then we're also going to go ahead and die cut to make this white square with the present. And that's from our Stitch Stocking dies. It's this one. Now we're going to have to cut this 3 times. 1 time from white. And that's the base of that square. And then we're going to need the bow and ribbon that wraps around the present is in real red. So that's right here. So I don't need a full piece, so I can use this nice scrap. And then last, for the actual wrapping paper part of the present, I'm going to use the Holly DSP. So go ahead and get this ready. And we'll go ahead and I'll take that to the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and get those cut out. All right, so I have these die cut. So I'm going to go ahead and the white one is going to stay whole. The red one, I just need the bow there's the bow. And now the present. So let's go ahead and glue that on. Go in, there we go. These sticky note holders are fun. You can decorate them all different ways for different holidays, or just all-purpose general pretty paper, customized for your recipient with whatever they like. I think I'll put the glue right here where that bow is gonna go, rather than putting it on the bow. This seems easier. And we're just gonna layer that right on top. There we go. Okay, so we have our green square, we have our present, and we have our red square. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting things together. So like I said, this does open like a book. So we're just gonna use this as our front panel. And the first thing that goes on is our candy cane DSP square. And you're just centering it. It leaves just a little bit of a border of the white. Okay. And then we're going to take the green square and layer that, also centering. Makes a really pretty border with that candy canes DSP. And next we need the ribbon before we put on our present. So we have the real red stitched ribbon, and I'm going to use 17 inches. So that is about right there. And because this is gonna tie on the side, we want to gather the ends, put the ends together, and pull them to the right so that they're fairly even, like so. So I'm gonna put some adhesive right in the middle. This is gonna be covered up with the present square. So, and we want it in the center. Okay, right there. Okay, and then I'm gonna glue this right on top of the ribbon, right in the center. Definitely need this to stick over that ribbon, so I used a fairly generous amount of adhesive just to make sure it's sturdy, and you could also use liquid glue, which is very sturdy. Okay, that's gonna go right over that. Now, I chose not to glue anything else down on my original. I like the natural look, but you could certainly glue the rest of the ribbon down, even to the back if you wanted, but you don't have to. So next we're going to put on the sentiments. So I'm going to bring in my foam mat, and we're going to be using the Cheers stamp, which is a nice small size for our little sticky note holder. I'm going to use that small, this is the G block, and a nice little scrap of white. I've used this stamp a lot, so I'm pretty confident I don't need to practice with it. Beautiful. And then I'm going to use the 3 banner punch, and I'm going to cut out this center banner. It has flag on both ends, so I just need to center it. And there it is. And I'm going to adhere that with Stampin' Dimensionals. Using my edges. It's pretty small, so you don't need a lot. Just a couple small pieces. And then we're going to put that right at the bottom. And then we need a little bit of bling. We need to use those mini Christmas buttons that are so adorable. I love these so much. And we're going to put on a white one so it shows up nicely. Kind of right there at that center of the bow. So then all you need to do, the front is done, is take your sticky note pad and put glue all over the back and glue it in. And I'm not gluing this one in because this happens to be an accordion fold. I don't have the right kind. I want to put in the kind that just peels off one direction, so that's why I haven't glued this in. But you would just glue that in and tie your bow. And 17 inches, I think, gives you enough that you can tie a pretty bow without too much difficulty. And if you're ready to give it out, maybe give a little trim there. And that's it. Project 6 is complete.